Hi, everybody. It's the Plant-Based Business Hour. I'm Elysabeth Alfano. Thanks for being here with me today. Busy week. I'll be speaking at Future Food Tech San Francisco starting tomorrow. That's Wednesday, March 23rd through the 25th. I hope you can join me there in person. Yes, we're finally in person in San Francisco. I'll be leading a bunch of workshops on fermented proteins and when they'll be getting to market. So it'll be a fun dive in. And then on March 31st, I'm speaking at the Wall Street Green Summit. I'll be the first person speaking about the crossroads of our food supply system and sustainability. As we all know, plant-based innovation is really the only answer to a sustainable food supply system. And I'll be bringing that message to the Wall Street Green Summit for the first time ever. So I'm very excited about that. You can go to wallstreetgreen.com if you would like, wallstreetgreensummit.com if you would like to join me there March 31st. But importantly today, who are the leaders in bringing planetary health to the forefront as well as personal health? There's no other brand I can think of than Beyond Meat, which is why I'm excited to bring on my guest today, the head of communications, Shira Zackai. Oh my word, we chatted before the show. I didn't even check if that's the correct pronunciation.
That is correct. That is correct. You nailed it.
Lucky me. It could have gone the other way. So much to talk about here and so much to dive into. You have had a plethora of partnerships pop to the forefront of late. But before we dive into your relentless innovation and all the people and companies that you're working with and the enhanced, improved nutritional profiles, I want to get to the question on everyone's mind. When will we have price parity?
So, we talk a lot about that. And, we really believe that in order to get people to truly shift, from animal protein to plant-based meat, we need to do really three things. We need to really focus on the taste. Our products need to taste identical to animal meat. So we keep, to your point, we keep kind of improving upon the taste with each and every iteration of our product. We also need to continue to reinforce the health attributes of our product. So we're doing that with each and every iteration as well. We just came out with our newest Beyond Burger right before the summer. It has, really strong nutritional, 35% less saturated fat, 35% less overall fat, fewer calories than 80/20 beef. And just more iron and lots more kind of nutritional benefits. And then the third is price. We are working on that, and we've actually made a commitment to have one product in one category that's either priced at parity with its animal meat equivalent, or even below by 2024. So that's our goal, and we're really excited to move that forward.
Very exciting. And I'm holding you to that now. 2024, that's the goal, folks. So we might even say like 18 months from now.
2024.
Yeah. So yes, right. Don't do the math. It's okay. But just okay. You bring up so many great points there. Of course, if it doesn't have taste, what's the point? And we know that Beyond Meat already delivers on that. So many people say, is this meat? Is this Beyond Meat? I'm not sure I can tell the difference. So of course, taste. It's a must. But I think nutrition is really becoming more and more prominent as people, we come off of COVID and people really started focusing on not just their health, but being stronger. So not just, not gaining weight, let's say, but actually being stronger to combat whatever might come their way. So as we have this nutritional profile of, stepping away from meat and moving into, let's say, Beyond Meat products, I'm wondering what are the, enhancements that you've done. You just said 35% less fat. But what about some of the things like trimethylene N-oxide and animal heme? I believe those have never even been in a Beyond Meat product. Do I have that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're so proud of the ingredients in our products, and we're incredibly selective on what we put into our products. Our R&D team is absolutely incredible. We have over 200 scientists and culinary experts and others working day in and day out to create our products and to make them even better than previous versions. So health is something that we focus on because we do find that consumers really come to the category. One of the main reasons they come to us is for health reasons. And we want to be able to provide them with an incredibly delicious product that's better for them when it comes to their health. So I know I mentioned the Beyond Burger, which has 35% less fat and overall fat and lots of other great things compared to a beef burger. We also have our Beyond Chicken Tenders that we launched last year, and that has 50% less fat than a leading chicken tender brand that tons of people buy. So we're always kind of looking at through the lens of how can we provide absolutely delicious meat that's better for people's health, and not only kind of in the products that we make, but also in the research that we develop. So for example, we're working really closely with Stanford University School of Medicine on a really terrific body of research that's going to look into the health benefits of plant-based products, including plant-based meat. Stanford did a study about a year and a half ago where they took a look at a group of people who were eating animal meat, and then a couple weeks later they shifted to our products, and they really measured a whole bunch of different kind of health measurements, and found that when they switched from animal meat to our products, their cholesterol levels went down, their TMAO levels went down. Interestingly, their sodium level was consistent. So we hear a lot about how our products have a ton of sodium. Well, I think people really need to keep in mind that when you take a beef burger, you season it before you put it on the grill, and our product is fully seasoned. So, sodium levels were consistent. People also lost a bit of weight when they shifted from animal protein to our products in that study. So it's called the Swap Meat Study. It was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. So it got just tremendous attention. And we are working with Stanford now on a larger body of research, 5-year program. And we hope to have some great studies to refer to during that research.
Yeah, I think it's so exciting. You touch on a lot of things there. First of all, you're constantly innovating. So all of these products can have better nutritional profiles as time goes on. And you see even the difference between the Beyond Meat Burger #1, V1, let's call it, and what you have now, which I think is version 3, or is it version 4?
Yeah, version 3. Version 3. We're already working on version 4. I mean, we're just going to continue to innovate.
And, so much of nutrition is about transparency. So that's another thing that I love here. And sometimes I hear people say, oh, well, the label has a lot of ingredients. And I say, well, at least they tell you what the ingredients are, because, you don't really know what's in meat and chicken, et cetera. And so my understanding is that at least with chicken, a lot of sodium is added. So the fact that you can keep working on this nutritional profile, I think is very exciting. And that you're so relentless about making these products better, just from the nutritional standpoint and the taste standpoint. And it's very exciting to hear about the work with Stanford, because I think a lot of people don't realize, really what's in that meat product. So again, trimethylene N oxide, animal heme, antibiotics, hormones, and Beyond Meat's going to have even some fiber where meat doesn't have any fiber at all. And of course, Beyond Meat will have no cholesterol, and meat filled with cholesterol.
Yeah, and our products have no GMOs. We're really proud to have just simple plant-based ingredients, no bioengineered ingredients, no GMOs, which is also a really big differentiator for our brand versus some competitive brands out there. So we're really proud of our products. And again, it's interesting because we're a pretty new category, and there really is no research into the health benefits of our products. So kind of anything that's out there about our products being less healthy, I mean, it's all assumption. There has not been any research. So we really want to be able to, to get into that research. We really want Stanford to be able to take a look, and we provided funding for that initial study, but Stanford is really committed to doing these studies in a way that's just fully transparent. Again, it was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, so very, 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 kind of verified. And we want to be able to really be the ones to educate consumers into the health benefits of plant-based meat. So we're excited to be able to show that coming months and years.
I'm so happy that you say that, because I think the poor consumer, they're bombarded with so much information, and so much of what people consider fact is just, the latest Instagram post. And so it's hard to combat, there've been negative publicity from, let's say, the meat and dairy lobbies, et cetera, about plant-based as a category, not specifically Beyond Meat. And so it's very frustrating because there is that long educational process for the consumer, and nutrition is a complicated subject. It's not really something that can be communicated in a snippet or a swipe. So I'm very happy that you're dedicated to education, because I think it's a big component for the entire sector. And you're partnering with Stanford, which is great. But I wonder if your other partners, so we think about, KFC and even Pizza Hut and Panda Express, which I have to admit, I've tried everything, but I haven't gotten to Panda Express yet. So I will rectify this. But I'm curious if those consumer-facing partners are also interested in the nutritional story, and if they're getting it out with you.
Yeah, you know what? They're seeing that consumers today really want more options, when they come to their restaurants. So they want to be able to have an absolutely delicious, whether it's an orange chicken or, it's a burger or fried chicken, but in a way that's, that's better, and so many people go into restaurants every single day, and they're looking for, flexitarian, they're looking for items that are fit the flexitarian lifestyle. And we're really there to be able to provide that. I think it's great. Our partners have been very, very supportive, and there's a lot of excitement around these partnerships and around these announcements. So it's been resonating really well.
And I'm curious, do they come to you realizing that they haven't attracted the flexitarian market, and that that's a huge oversight and a missed business opportunity, and they want to fill that? Or are you reaching out to them? I'm curious how these relationships develop, because you have so many of them. I mean, this is really one of the areas where I think Beyond Meat shines, is that, even for a while you were in Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, things I wouldn't have expected, Carl's Jr. I mean, there's just a lot of partnerships that you have going on.
Yeah, I think that, overall, we're really seeing that there's a lot of interest in providing different options to consumers right now. It's really a big shift that we're seeing really industry wide. Restaurants from major QSRs to smaller restaurants across the country do want to have this option for their customers. Customers are asking for this option. So we're really thrilled to be the partner to be able to provide that to them. And we work very, very closely with our partners to really develop products that are customized for them. So, when you go into a KFC to buy Beyond Fried Chicken, this is a product we worked really closely with KFC so that it really kind of replicates the taste and the texture and the experience of their chicken. Because, people want to eat things they love. People want to go to their favorite restaurants and have something incredibly delicious. And we want to offer that to them in a plant-based version. So we've been really lucky to partner with some of really the leading restaurant brands in the world to provide that to consumers.
And they want to eat what they know. They don't really want to go off the reservation. Sometimes they say they do, but they don't. They really want to, particularly when you're fast and you don't have a lot of time. And that's what some of these places are, Panda Express and KFC. Just want to go in. You want to get the nugget that you're going to love.
Exactly.
You have a hankering for that taste. You're not messing around. Like, you're going in, give me my nugget. Let's move on.
They don't want to compromise. They really don't. They do not want to compromise on taste. They don't want to compromise on experience, but they do want an option that. So I feel like we really are able to really work with our partners very closely to provide just that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But you know what I'm finding as I read more and more, and I'm also seeing this online and social media, but when I also read the studies, and what I'm quoting comes from Innova Market Insights, is that planetary health has just surpassed personal health as really a barometer for, do I want to buy this or not? And it's such a bright light of our entire sector, because, obviously for years now, we've been bombarded with bad news, from war to COVID and onwards. And, I always say, like, well, come and work in the plant-based sector, because I just have good news all the time. And it buoys me, honestly. And so maybe we can talk about some of the planetary impact that your products have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know we talk a lot about our consumers here, and what we see is that younger people, really kind of Gen Z, young millennials, are very, very driven to buy products that, make a positive impact on the environment. And our products really offer a solution. Like, as we talk about, you can really have something incredibly delicious, the burger that you absolutely love, but in a way that's better for your health and better for the environment. And we've done a ton of research also into our products. We have an LCA that we did with the University of Michigan, which found that to make the Beyond Burger, it takes 99% less water, 93% less land, less energy, generates much fewer greenhouse gas emissions. So it's definitely a better option when it comes to planetary health. And we know that there's a whole generation that's very much motivated by climate. And I think, as the urgency around climate change continues to make headlines, and as we kind of, see that really become kind of a dominant point in conversation, we're going to be seeing a lot more consumers coming to us for health reasons. And it's also interesting, there are tons of people out there who will go out and buy a Tesla to be able to do something positive towards climate change. But for $6 you can buy a Beyond Burger, so it's an option that's accessible to everyone.
Yeah, I love that you say that, and you can do that 3 times a day, or
Yep.
7 days a week, or a Tesla is a once product.
Yes.
You do it once, and that's it. And then you have to be in a super high echelon of people who can run out and buy a Tesla.
Exactly.
So it's a way that the average person and every single solitary person can have an impact right now today. That's why I say, everybody come over to the plant-based side, because we got good news all the time. You can impact the planet right now today and feel that impact. You can say to yourself, like, hey, this was a great decision for my nutritional profile as well as the planet. And it doesn't have to be this thing that you overthink. It's this easy access way of doing good while being well, which I really love. I just want to say to people, because maybe they didn't understand, you said LCA. So we're talking about a life cycle analysis.
Yes, life cycle analysis.
Life cycle analysis. And just wrap your mind around some of those stats. It's 99% less water, 93% less land, 90% less greenhouse gas emissions. We'll talk about that in a second. And 46% less energy.
Yeah,
so,
compared to a beef burger. Absolutely.
Compared to a beef burger. And so, the climate conversation, rightfully so, is becoming more and more topical all the time. You will not address climate change if you don't address the food supply system. Let me correct that. You will not address climate change unless you addresses the animal-based food supply system. So, you're not going to do it with alternative energy alone. This is why this is so important. When you hear those kind of statistics that we can, 99% less water for everyone in California, wrap your minds around that. It's very exciting and very hopeful.
Yeah.
Everyone's focused on the US, and I have to say, when I look at the Beyond Meat profile, I'm always so impressed by what's going on internationally. I don't know if you can talk about that a little bit today, but the last time I had an interview with Chuck Muth, who was on this show, and then before that I had an interview with Ethan Brown. We talked about China as this big market, and Europe as well. Europe even almost more advanced in plant-based eating than we are. And I'm wondering how those investments are going in those markets.
Yeah, I mean, we are, as a leader in the category, our products are available at 130,000 food service outlets and retailers in over 90 countries. So we're definitely a global company and definitely focused on global growth. And I think Europe, it's interesting. Europe is really advanced when it comes to plant-based eating. And I know we hear from our partners out there is, the consumer there understands the connection between food and climate change. They understand the connection between plant-based and health. So I think it's a terrific market. It's a market that we're very much focused on. And we recently hired a general manager out in Europe, and we're doing a lot of kind of sampling and marketing and such over there. So we're feeling really good about that market for sure. And and China is also an area that we've been focusing on because there's a lot of opportunity outside the U.S. But you'll be hearing a lot more from us kind of in terms of global reach, in terms of global expansion. But we're just getting started over here for sure.
Yeah, I love to hear about that. There's so much equity in being first. Beyond Meat, really a pioneer in the US, and now taking that sort of recipe, if you will, for lack of a better expression, to other countries to be first, to pave the way. to have trial sampling, to have education. It's also critical in the growth of a company. So I'm happy to see, as analysts, et cetera, focus on the US. I'm always happy to see that commitment to international investment and growth, and then the numbers that come out of that. Very exciting.
Yeah. And I would say also, because of our decisions that we made in terms of ingredients, we've been able to enter markets like Europe and like China, pretty quickly and pretty effectively. Again, we don't have any GMOs in our products. We use very simple plant-based ingredients. So it's something that's really helped us get into those markets. And it's, as you just mentioned, it's really terrific markets to be in. There's a ton of potential there.
Yeah, and it's always great to be first to market. This is wonderful. So I see that your time is tight today, and mine is as well. I'll just kind of wrap up and say, I have not yet tried the Beyond Meat. Can I call it the Beyond Jerky, PepsiCo jerky? How do I reference the new jerky that's out that I haven't even tried yet? And how can I get my hands on some?
Yeah, so we have a terrific partnership with PepsiCo, and it's called the Planet Partnership. And we're going to be developing plant-based snacks and plant-based beverages with them. So it's a really exciting partnership, and we'll have more to share on that soon.
Okay, well, can I get some? Let's get to the heart of the matter. That's really what I want to know. Are they in stores yet or not quite?
We'd love to send you all of our products. We have, we have tons of new products, and also products that will be coming out soon. So we'll do a great pack together for sure. And
oh my word.
Yes.
It's wonderful to have you. Thank you for your time today, Shira. I really appreciate it. Beyond Meat, always innovating, constantly coming out with new products, new partnerships. I never would have guessed on the jerky, but I can't wait to wrap my mind around it and my taste buds. So thank you for all that you do. I'm so appreciative that you've been here. I hope that you will come back again when we have more time.
Absolutely.
And please don't go away. You stay put, but everybody on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter, I will see you all next Tuesday. Thanks, everybody.